The question is that the bill be now read a second time, and I call the honourable member for Forrest.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I represent two premier Australian wine regions in the Margaret River and the Grape wine regions, which is why I'm supporting this bill. The bill enables the Australian Grape and Wine Authority to implement all activities under the wine support package, including for cider and international wine tourism. It enables the authority to administer grant programs for wine, including the Cellar Door Grant, and it changes the name of the authority to Wine Australia. Now, I'm very, very proud of our region's winemakers and wineries. They bring great value and vibrancy to the southwest. In fact, Margaret River is about to celebrate its 50th anniversary of commercial fine winemaking in the modern era. Margaret River is an international brand, as we all know. The two main wine regions in the southwest, both Margaret River and the Grape wine region, have very well-deserved reputations for producing top-quality wines. However, the winemakers never stand still. They are continuously striving to produce even finer quality, award-winning wines. The measures in this bill are important to the over 95 cellar doors in the region that sell wine directly to the public. So many of these are small and family businesses that have invested year upon year, often starting from very humble beginnings, mortgaging their houses or properties to start that small business, at times, like so many small business people, not sleeping at night wondering how to pay wages and how to pay the bills, investing countless hours themselves in and on their businesses. But their considerable efforts have produced so many benefits for the region in terms of exports across Australia. In 2016, expected to have exceeded...
Order.
We've resumed from the division. I give the call to member for Forrest, who is in continuation.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. In terms of exports across Australia in 2016, the wines were worth over $2.2 billion. For the southwest region in 2016, the value of exports was over $42 million, according to Wine Australia. And of course, our export markets, predominantly China and Hong Kong, and we know around Australia the most popular exports are Shiraz, Cab, Sav and Chardonnay. The benefits of these export dollars flow to not just to wine producers as well as but their regional and small communities, and they, of course, there's so many local jobs involved. There are also countless other small and family-owned businesses that benefit from the wine industry. Just look at the farm supply companies. I look at Kawarram agencies, and they supply trellising, fencing, winemaking, cleaning and packaging supplies. Landmark in Margaret River and in Busselton as well. So we have LP and JA Fryer in Harvey, all are rural traders delivering similar services to the industry. You consider some of the other local businesses that supply or support the industry, from fencing contractors, transport companies, mechanics, local tourism operators like Bush Tucker River and Wine Tours, accountants, marketing companies like Jack in the Box, for example. The list is endless. It demonstrates why the wine industry is very important in my electorate. It's important to the regional and state economy, as well as our broader Australian economy, both in terms of export earnings, as well as the tourism income, the local jobs, and in communities like mine in the southwest. The coalition government clearly understands the important contribution this industry makes to the local, state and national economy, demonstrated by the measures in this bill. Industry came to us and said there were problems with the wine equalisation tax rebate scheme. There were integrity concerns and there was a need to target the benefits back to the original purpose, that of supporting small wine producers in rural and regional areas. These changes negotiated with wine producers across the nation and most relevantly for me, in my southwest, in Margaret River and the Grape region. Through discussions with Assistant Minister Senator Anne Ruston, they were very robust discussions with a diverse group of growers with a range of issues to raise, and they did so well. Much of what we see in this bill comes as a result of consultations and us genuinely understanding the businesses of the small to medium producers. I want to thank every producer who made time to meet with Senator Anne Ruston and myself and their frankness in those discussions. I also want to acknowledge the work of the Minister for Revenue and Financial Services, Kelly O'Dwyer. This initiative also recognises and supports the value and vibrancy wine producers bring to regional communities like mine, and we largely depend on that vibrancy. I'll be looking very closely at how my wine regions are represented in the marketing efforts. Wine producers in my electorate will be very focused on how they can leverage and improve their export options, particularly on the back of the 3 free trade agreements concluded by the coalition government, and on the back of the federal funding I secured to upgrade the Busselton Margaret River Airport to international passenger and, importantly for my producers, freight capacity. This is, as I've repeatedly said, a transformative project, one that is greatly anticipated, and we are really looking forward to the airport being completed and the services being able to run out of there. I can see a lot of fantastic exports from the southwest moving out through that airport. Madam Deputy Speaker, this bill is ultimately about increased support for small regional wineries, and it's exactly what our small to medium cellar doors need to offer to attract and retain tourists in this area. It's very, very important, and I wholeheartedly commend the bill to the House.
Thank you for your contribution.